Welcome back to season 2, now episode 2. 2,
Wow.
12. Yeah,
12,
12
yeah.
total, but 2 for season 2. All right. So, what's up? What has happened in the past few days slash week? Anything new you want to update our listeners?
I mean, we're under fire over here.
Yes.
We're on fire. It's really smoky, and I think for this weekend, as of what's today's date, guys, that we're recording?
Today's
Anyway,
13th?
13th?
13th. So mid-September, we haven't been out, or at least I haven't been out outside, just because of the really poor air quality. And this weekend, I think the AQI is at 200 something.
Yeah.
So that's super unhealthy. And I'm really surprised that the NFL is actually moving forward with the 49ers game right now. But anyway, crazy.
I think
I
they're winning
know.
too. But I
They're
don't think so. Okay. I think so. Yeah. So like every morning I would wake up, when you go on your phone, the first thing I check now is like the weather app. And I try to go scroll down and it says, hair quality, unhealthy. I'm like, fuck again.
Yeah.
I feel so bad. We're literally that, that meme of the dog with the fire, and then like the caption's like, I'm
Everything's
fine or
fine.
whatever. Yeah, everything's fine.
You're just smiling. Yeah. Yeah, I feel that way too about like in my area when I go outside, it's not too bad, but you can definitely still smell the smoke residue of what was there before. But it's cleared up a lot better since like when it first started being smoky. I feel like now that we're wearing masks for COVID, that it's been helping me breathe better with the mask on if you're going outside, if you have to go outside. So that's been really helping me just like still go on with my day. But yeah, I try to avoid going outside as much as I can because I don't want to like wear the face mask all the time. But when I go out, it's easier to breathe with the face mask on with the smoke outside. But yeah, that's been crazy that this has been our summer, or yeah, most of our summer.
Our
Part of
late
Most of our summer. Right.
Summertime
Yeah.
sadness.
I know. I've been telling
that is
people like,
different.
wake me up when 2020 ends.
Wake me up when September ends, and we'll see how November is.
Wake
October.
me up when September ends. All right, singing. Oh. Talking about singing, what's our topic of the day then?
Yeah, so our topic for today in general is musical theater. A lot of us are really big fans of musical theater, and recently this past summer, Disney Plus has released Hamilton to their platform. So we wanted to start off by talking about Hamilton and what we thought about it, and then we'll go into more about, musical theater in general, what we've watched, what we've liked, what we want to watch, and so forth. So starting off with, what's your general reaction about Hamilton?
I loved it. Oh my God. I mean, I would hear about it when it was still going on Broadway, but I just could never afford it. Like, it's really expensive.
Yeah.
I think for the, right? Like for the regular seats, it's like minimum, it starts at $200 and up, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So now when I heard about Disney Plus kind of releasing it and I already had a subscription, I was like, oh my God, yeah, let's finally watch it. I didn't know what to expect. I was like, okay, it's just historical musical. And
yeah.
But bro, like I listen to the soundtrack every day and I still listen to it now. Like
on the regular, you listen to the soundtrack.
On the regular,
Yeah.
like I'm weird, guys. Like you know how like I go for runs and I get hyped with Aaron Burr's like wait for it. Like I don't know what gets into me, but I'm so hyped. But anyway.
I know. I think when you first hear about Hamilton, like you just think like, oh, it's just like another history lesson. Like,
but you know what? I'm like the biggest history nerd. So like that caught my attention first. Before it was a musical, any history movie, like US history, world history, I love it. I used to be a history nerd like back in high school. So when it was like my two favorite secret things, I love history and musical go together. I was like, fucking shit, my head. I was fact checking everything. I was like, yes, that's true. That happened. Oh my god, I know the backstory. I would go on Wikipedia or like reading Reddit, like looking up the real facts of it. I was like, oh, this did really happen.
So when you watched Hamilton, were you recollecting or remembering like all the facts you knew already, or did you learn a lot from the Hamilton music?
So when I was watching with my sister, she didn't know like a lot of the other characters, but I'm like, oh my god, yes, they were the blah blah blah, they were the blah blah blah, they were the blah blah blah. Like, I've heard this name before. Like I remember when I was talking about it with my friends, they were like, oh, like I didn't get like this part. I was like, okay, the backstory of this was blah blah blah. Like I knew kind of like the little tidbit stories because I heard about it or I read about it. So it's like, oh, it makes sense all together.
Yeah. I remember the last time I went to New York with my family, and it was their first time in New York. Obviously, we needed to watch a Broadway show, and I was like, Mom, we should watch Hamilton. And she was like, no, I don't want to learn about history. I'm not going to pay like $100, $200 just to learn about history. I want to see something exciting. I was like, Mom, this is like a Tony Award winning Broadway show. Like it cost a lot just to watch it. You should do it. And then she was like, no, let's watch like Wicked instead, because I heard good things about it. I was like, but you didn't hear good things about Hamilton? So we ended up watching Wicked instead, but like I wished I watched Hamilton in person. But then now with Disney Plus releasing it, I was like, oh, well, I didn't really miss out because now I can see it on TV.
Yeah. Even then, it's like the original cast.
Ooh,
just in the first week, I watched it 3 times.
Yeah, I watched it 5. I don't know how many times I watch it now, but I watch it every day.
It was really good. I would stay up just watching it. I think at one point at like 1 a.m. I was just like, I want to watch Hamilton again. So I watched it until like 4.
8 a.m. in the morning? Damn.
Yeah. I don't know. I just felt like watching it, and then I didn't want to like pause in the middle and then like go to sleep. So I watched the whole entire thing and slept at like 4 that night.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I was obsessed during that first week. It was really good. I was very surprised because I didn't listen to the songs beforehand, but I knew Hamilton was such a popular musical, so I wanted to just watch it without any spoilers, and I was in love with it.
Same.
What was your favorite song?
I loved Helpless. Like that just hits me in my feel.
Yes.
Right?
So romantic.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, I remember that feeling. and then like, did you guys listen to the mixtape with Ashanti and Ja Rule of their remix of Helpless?
No.
Like it was, oh my god, you guys would love it. Like it's like R&B, like just takes me back to like the 2000s type of thing. It's so cute. Like that's on my playlist right now. And I also like Satisfied because I was like,
yeah, I was gonna say Satisfied. Yes,
right.
I like Satisfied.
Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of pulling at Angelica Schuyler sometimes. I'm like, I'm satisfied.
You never be satisfied.
Yeah, what about you guys?
I think my favorite is the Schuyler sisters, the one that basically introduces them, because I really like the part where Angelica says like I forgot what she said exactly, but it was like, I don't want a revolution, but I want a revelation. And then that part just like hypes me up. And then when they're dancing, and then at the end, it's like, we want a part 2, so like women can be part of the sequel. And it's like, what?
Yep.
I was like getting so hyped, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this part. So just that whole musical song and like the choreography to it was like awesome. So that's my favorite.
I'm gonna take it back. I liked when I don't know the song title, but when John Adams was doing his part, it was like Daveed Diggs, his part of the musical. When he's like reading it against trying to remember what it was, but he was like rapping his whole spiel. The John Adams.
John Adams?
Was it John Adams?
Part?
No, Daveed Diggs.
Sure?
Yes. No?
When he was Thomas Jefferson or when he was Lafayette?
Thomas Jefferson?
Oh shit, yeah, Thomas Jefferson. I don't know what they have John Adams
is not him.
Yeah, John Adams was not in the musical. But yeah. It's probably Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, wrong
Okay.
president.
When he came back from France, right? I was like,
Yes.
boy, what's up? Like, he looks so
Oh, like what
hot.
is it? What did I miss?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Yeah, I had the hugest crush on David Diggs when he was Lafayette, when he was like, you know, singing in that French accent. I think any French accent gets me weak.
I want to promise like he's from the
Pretty
Bay.
good.
Yeah. Oh, is he?
I think so. I think I read that somewhere. I gotta look it up.
I don't know.
Yeah, look it up. I want to know.
So, did you guys know that the actor that plays John Lawrence, or I don't know how to pronounce it, John Lawrence, and Hamilton's son is engaged or married already to the actress who plays Peggy, who is one of the Schuyler sisters, and Maria.
What?
Yeah,
They look so cute
They're
together.
cute.
I know. I think they're either engaged or already married. I know they're engaged, but I don't know if they already married. But yeah, they're together.
He's
Did they
cute.
meet on Hamilton? He is cute.
I think so, because when I watch TikToks, always see like people always get like the littlest things when they're watching the musical. So they a part where like he's looking at her and then she's looking back at him when they're on stage. It was really cute. Yeah, and then he was in he's a musician outside of Hamilton, and he did a music video with her, and it's like very like sexual, and it's like ooh. Yeah, so I think his name is Anthony Ramos, and then the actress's name Jasmine something. Jasmine Cephas. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah, they're engaged and dating.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then David is dating one of the backup dancers who was actually like the understudy of Angelica. So when we watch Angelica, it's like the actual person, like the main person, but then when like she takes breaks, there's like an understudy who like plays her, and she's dating David. So
that is so cute.
Together. I know, it's so cute.
Theater nerds dating theater nerds. We stand. We stand.
My favorite love story, honestly.
I know. Yeah, Anthony Ramos and his girlfriend are so cute. Or Jasmine. I think it's Jasmine, yeah. But they're really cute together.
Oh.
Did you guys watch them sing Helpless on Jimmy Fallon?
Yes.
It was just the girls. I loved that. Yes, the Zoom one. I thought that was so cute. All the girls and all that.
Oh man, yeah. I didn't know that. Damn, I didn't know a lot of things apparently.
We'll send it to you after. Also, they did a rendition of Hamilton, like the beginning song, on what's his name? The guy who plays Jim on The Office. What's his name again?
Yes. Krasinski, something. John Krasinski?
John Krasinski. He's doing like this quarantine talk show thing. It's like really janky, but then he brought on the Hamilton cast to sing the beginning song of Hamilton.
Hey.
Yeah. So for those who haven't heard it yet, you should go watch it on YouTube. It's easily searchable.
Yeah. And watch Hamilton while you guys are at it. Like obviously it's such like a
If you watched it already, watch it again. Can't get enough.
Everywhere. Yeah. So now I feel like I'm finally like I get the references, I get the jokes, because I'm like, you know, I didn't want to shell out $200 for Broadway, so that's why I watched it like 5 times in a row in the first week.
I've never been to Broadway, right? But how much are tickets usually?
They're not too bad. Depending where you go, obviously if you go to New York, it is more expensive because it's New York. I usually watch Broadway shows in downtown San Jose. It's called Broadway San Jose. Straightforward. But yeah, I've watched Waitress there. I've also watched Rent there.
Ooh, I love
Book
Rent.
of Mormon. That was my first show there to watch, was Book of Mormon, which was really funny. I would recommend Book of Mormon if you're like if you like sexual innuendos. Because the person who wrote Book of Mormon is the writer or creator of South Park.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's like that kind of comedy.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's really funny. And then Rent, everyone knows Rent. It's really good too. Yeah. Waitress is really good too. I would highly recommend Waitress because the songs are really cute. And they're written by Sarah Bareilles.
Let's
If
see.
you like Sarah Bareilles, that's the one she wrote.
Nice. Yeah, I'd love to check it out. I mean, once COVID is over, because that's one thing I miss. It's just live theater. But yeah, it depends, Donna. Like, for example, obviously Hamilton, Wicked, Lion King, Phantom of the Opera, those are like really well known and popular. So for like the nosebleed tickets, it's easily like $100 plus. But you know, like Carol mentioned, like if it's a local theater or
it could be potentially cheaper.
Potentially.
There's also discounts too if you buy like multiple, because they'll have like seasons of what shows are to come, and then if you buy multiple tickets, you can get like a discount per ticket basically. So if you go on the Broadway San Jose website, they'll tell you like what shows are coming up, and then you can just basically buy it off there. But they're not, I would say at Broadway San Jose, it could range from like 70 to like 200-300, but it just depends on where you want to sit. The cheaper the tickets are more like in the balcony area, but it's farther to see. I usually like to sit in the lower orchestra, which is basically like the mid back of the lower level. So that way you can still see, but even though it's like very far away. But those could cost like, I think 100.
Yeah. Worth it though, I mean, in my opinion, because it's every once in a while. And for example, when Wicked came to town, it hasn't really come to town in a few years, right? And then, so you don't want to miss that out because maybe we don't know when's the next time they're going to come back. And then a really nifty trick also is that when we went to New York, I watched Phantom of the Opera at the actual Broadway in New York, and it was off season because we were crazy enough to go during a blizzard. So what was a $300 ticket was only $84, and it was a really good seat. If you're willing to kind of compromise, if that makes sense, you know, during the off season. So yeah, it's totally affordable if you're willing to give up some things.
Yeah, and there's like afternoon shows that are cheaper than the evening shows if you're willing to sit through a show like in the middle of the afternoon rather than at night.
A matinee show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like during the weekday instead of weekend.
Yeah. But yeah, I would definitely recommend just going to a Broadway show in general. It's the experience of watching it live is really cool.
Yes.
You just like want to sing along, and then like everyone's hyped around you too. It's like watching a basketball game, like, or just any sports game. Like watching it in person is a lot.
Yeah.
It's just different.
The environment is different compared to like watching it on TV.
But one thing though, like I watched Lion King as a birthday present for my sister. Like, you know how Lion King, it was well known for their costumes, like super elaborate. But like I said, it was like super expensive. So I was like at the top. So I didn't get to see the costumes. All I saw was just fabric. Looking like it's just flying. So keep that in mind too. Like if you're going to shell out for an experience, I say like don't hold back if you know you really wanted to see the details and the productions of theater. Yeah, because that's what I think we thought we were saving like $100, $150 less, but in hindsight, I was like, oh, it would have been totally worth it.
But the sound of it, right? Like just to actually hear it. Crazy.
Pretty crazy still, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend like when you know what show you're going to, just base your like what seats you buy based on the show, because every show is going to be different in terms of, like you said, Liana, like with Lion King, there's a lot, the costumes are a lot more like out, I don't know if out there is the right word, but like there's a lot more design to the costume because it's like animal characters rather than like human characters. So so the experience is very different when you're not just listening to the songs but also like watching the show itself. But if you know the show you're going to watch is more popular based on the music more so than the costume design, then it might be okay to like sit a little bit farther back as long as you can still see the stage.
Right, yeah. Because the Lion King people, like, they had the animals kind of walk in the audience. They kind of came from the back, walked towards the stage.
Dope.
Yeah, so when I was upstairs, I didn't have any giraffe walking next to me, you know? Like, it was all at the
you're
bottom.
just like listening to it.
Right. Yeah, but it was so amazing. Yeah. But
it's okay.
Good point, Carol.
It's okay. All these musicals you can definitely see more than once. Every show is like a different, especially if you go to different theaters to watch the same musical because they do it differently. So don't just like hold off on like watching the show once. You should definitely like watch it multiple times in different places, especially if it's a really popular one and if you really like the musical.
What do you guys love about musicals in general?
I like the songs more so in the performance. I'm really into like watching how the song involves the rest of the stage and how the stage moves while like people are singing. So like obviously you can only focus on one thing at a time during a musical, but there's like so many things that are happening in the background that you also have to really pay attention to. And the little details is what makes the whole show like really cool. So that's what I really like watching it.
Yeah. No, to that point, did you guys see the transition between when Angelica was starting to sing Satisfied and then they're like, rewind, rewind?
Yeah.
And I
was like, you can see that circle thing going around and you're like, oh my God, it's going around, it's going around.
What's going on?
Like, where does your mind go to when you see that sequence? Because in my head, I'm like, how the fuck did they choreograph this? How did they plan it? Like, how much practice did they do? Because it was totally something different. I never saw that done before. And I was like, oh, they're rewinding, you know, like I get it. So yeah, I think that's my favorite part of musical is just the production of things, because it takes a certain level of creativity, and the songs, it's everyday life, but it just got amplified because of the, you know, it's special. Like it triggers your emotions. Yeah. But and Donna, like, what do you? I know you're a big fan too. So, what do you like?
I was gonna say the stage production. Like, to know that you're given this amount of space on a stage, and you're able to like tell a whole years of stories like in a stage for any type of musical, right? I'm like, oof, mind blown.
Yeah.
I just remembered another fun fact about Hamilton that I learned. So in Hamilton, especially when like all the main characters or the characters that have lines are singing or talking, there's a specific person that has no lines, that is only action, that plays specifically like the character of Death. So it's basically played by a backup person, but this person plays the character of Death because this person plays like the bullet that hits like,
oh yeah, when he was like carrying the bullet, right?
It's always the same person carrying the bullet. It's always the same person that kind of shows up before a person dies.
Oh my God, I'm gonna watch it again. I'm gonna look for this person.
Yeah. So it's a woman, but then I won't say exactly who it is because I don't even know her name anyways. But yeah, so she always shows up before someone dies.
Dude,
it's the one with the curly hair, right?
Yeah, I know exactly the person you're talking about.
And then she's also the person who holds the bullet when it goes to the people who actually die. So yeah, it's always the same person. So I think in the screenplay or the casting crew, when they list who plays what, like this person, and then
she's listed as bullet
all the way, the bullet, or like character of death or something. I learned that from TikTok too.
What? Who are you
Yeah.
following on TikTok? I've never seen any of these videos.
It's because like when I watch, because you know how like when it's same thing for Instagram where like if you watch one video of like this like
the
a
algorithm.
genre, then the algorithm will keep pulling like similar videos of the same genre or the same topic, and that's how I like find out.
I just
And
want
I'm
to say
like,
then,
scrolling.
one of you two are watching the Hamilton on the We Just Wanna YouTube because I saw,
shit.
like when they're performing at the White House on the We Just Wanna YouTube, like our channel page, right? And I clicked and I watched it. I was like, wow! I'm like, wait, what the fuck? How did they know I was watching Hamilton like a few days ago? Like, what the fuck? I did not look up Hamilton at all on YouTube. When did you guys had to look it up first?
It's
showing up on
probably
the page.
Liana.
Sorry, I told you I'm obsessed. And sorry about the 90 Day Fiance type of videos too, because
I saw that too.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy what I find on TikTok. I don't even know why I'm on TikTok, but I just go there.
Yeah,
That's your fact checker, huh? That's your fact checker, TikTok.
No, I wouldn't even say that's my fact checker. Yeah. So I don't know. I just get bored.
TikTok
Quarantine
is where I
makes
get
me
my
do
like
stuff.
hacks. You know.
Yeah,
like,
hacks too. iPhone hacks is where I find it. Or yeah, iPhone
Or, like,
hacks and Amazon hacks. I always
mhm.
find like discount codes on Amazon on TikTok that you can like get like 80% off something.
Oh, I just watched the videos of like top 10 things you need to buy or top 10 things I didn't know I needed on Amazon. I'm like, oh, fuck me. Like,
I find that more on Facebook when it's like 44 things that you never knew you needed, but you absolutely do.
Yeah. I'm like, great. Now I think I need it.
I will admit, I did buy some things from the, 15 things that's under $15.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those kind of articles. Yeah, those got me hooked. I love Amazon. So when I see those articles, I'm like, ooh, what is on here that I haven't known yet?
Yep. So I have a toothpaste dispenser on its way.
Oh, nice.
No, I'm just that's one of the things from Amazon that they mentioned. Anyway.
So what musicals have you guys not watched yet that you would like to watch?
Wicked. I would love to watch Wicked.
Wicked is good.
Yeah.
Have you seen the TV version of it? I think
No,
they played it on NBC. Yeah, I remember them talking about it. You know, one musical I want to rewatch that I watched before, it's Dr. Seuss the musical. Like I remember watching that, and it was so. No, I don't think it's still like being played, but I remember watching that live, and I was like, wow, I want to. If this ever plays somewhere anywhere, I will rewatch Dr. Seuss the musical again.
Ooh.
I love Dr. Seuss. Cat in the Hat, the movie, is great.
That was scary. The one with Mike Myers?
Right, yes.
His face scared me a little bit.
Really?
It was just too fast. Maybe it's a cat thing. I don't know. I ain't a cat thing, obviously.
Would you guys watch the Mean Girls musical?
I would.
You would?
Probably.
I think they had a show in San Francisco for it.
Oh, let's go.
Mean Girls.
I don't know how I would feel about it being a musical though. Because I watched the movie and I'm like, how does it become a musical?
I mean, you know the part in the Mean Girls. But you know that part when the book breaks out and everyone knows like they're part of the Mean Book? Yeah. I can see that as a scene right there, a musical scene right there. Bam!
Oh, someone just shows up and it's like, yeah,
it'd across the cafeteria.
It'd be interesting to watch, but I think one musical that I would love to watch that I've watched on TV already, but I want to watch it live is Les Mis.
What?
Ooh.
Les Miserables.
Les
Miserables.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's like so sad, but the songs are amazing. Because I watched the movie of it that has Hugh Jackman in it and like a lot of other famous people like what's her name?
Anne Hathaway?
Anne Hathaway, yes, Anne Hathaway. What's the other person that plays Karen in Mean Girls? What's her name? Amanda something.
Seinfeld?
Yeah. Seinfeld, there you go. I'm losing it. Yeah, but all these like famous people are in that movie and I love it. And actually that movie is on Netflix now for those who watch it.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
yeah, can I watch it with you guys? I hate watching anything sad by myself. I hate getting in my feelings.
It's really good. It's really good. And then my favorite actor right now is Eddie Redmayne. So like he's in the movie and he is so good at singing. I'm like in love with him. Yeah. But yeah, I recommend Les Mis and I would love to watch it in person. But I don't know how they would do it because it's about the French Revolution.
What do you mean?
I thought it is a musical already. There is a.
No, I know, but I meant like the stage production of it. Because I've only seen the movie versions, and there's so much going on in the movie that I'm like, how would they turn it, or how would they arrange it on like a stage? Is what I would be interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that goes back to our point of like the musical is just. We're super curious about the production because the way that they do things, it's mind-boggling sometimes. So
yeah, and the little details of it.
Yeah.
Stage crew, applaud to you. Applaud to you.
Right? Seriously.
Dude, seriously. What about you guys? Or Donna, did you say?
Well, I said I want to rewatch Dr. Seuss the musical, but I'm trying to think like if I would think of any.
Watched?
What have I not watched? Wicked's cool. Let me think. Nope, I haven't seen Lion King.
Lion King's great.
Or Aladdin, right? Aladdin was out there. I actually know before I wanted to watch Jesus Christ Superstar. I want to know what it was all about. I want to know what's it all about. I hear about it all the time, but I don't get it, and I need to see it. That's what I need to see.
What is that about?
I have no idea.
John Legend was in there, right? He was Jesus.
I don't know.
I've never heard of this musical.
That's the title I keep like hearing about. Jesus Christ Superstar. I'm like, wait, what is it about?
I've never heard of this one before.
I have. I was just like, what? And then I just moved on with my life.
Exactly.
Another musical.
The Opera is good too. Just so you guys know.
Oh, okay. It's I heard that one's really good.
And
I haven't gotten into it. Is it like opera music?
No, it's like romance, but like it makes you feel conflicted, or at least I felt conflicted. So it makes, I don't know, it was good. Like the production is great too, and it's haunting. Yeah. So not haunting like scary, but just like like would you do the same thing? Or
it's a love story, right?
It's a love story, so you're like, oh, is the Phantom a good guy or a bad guy? And then would you do what Christine does? Or at least that's for me, like, it's just haunting.
I remember there was like a Disney Channel version of that movie in a weird way, but then so I watched that when I was younger, and then I watched the Phantom of Opera on TV with like them doing like recording of the musical, and I was like, oh, okay, I see you. A little different, a little crazy, but yes.
I didn't know you guys were into musicals.
Dude, I love musicals.
Wow.
I think since I didn't have a lot of money to watch live theater musicals, I do like movie musicals too, though. You know, High School Musical, West Side Story, read the movie, all of that. When they did Hairspray the movie, what else?
Yes.
Grease, yes, all of that.
Grease, oh my God.
Grease is good. I love Grease. Have you guys watched The Greatest Showman?
Yeah.
I did.
I watched it. I don't like it that much.
I like the songs, but I don't like the story plot line.
I think because we know that it's about a circus, we're like, yikes. Put them elephants away.
Well,
no, wait.
I wasn't turned off by the circus part, but like the storyline just didn't really make sense to me.
Yeah.
It was
same.
it felt like the storylines were more for the songs rather than the songs were more for the storyline.
Right.
Yeah, I can see
you
that.
would think that the songs are like more to like describe or like
enhance the story.
But then in The Greatest Showman, it didn't feel that way. It felt like the exact opposite. So yeah, I didn't really like the storyline, but I love the songs.
Yeah. I mean, This Is Me is like something that hypes me up too. The song. But yeah, I think I agree with you, Carol. I was just like, there's no arc, or it just felt a little bit messy in terms of the writing of the storyline.
Yeah, it's okay. I watched it for Zac Efron.
Me too.
That was the only musical he did, or not only, that was one of the only musicals he did after High School Musical.
All right, so with that said, any parting thoughts on Hamilton or musicals in general, guys?
Go watch it. No, I would definitely recommend, I would recommend watching a Broadway show at least once in your life, whether it's in New York or San Francisco or San Jose, if you're close to San Jose. It's definitely once in a lifetime experience to just watch it live instead of just watching it on TV. So that's what I would highly recommend.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to splurge if you know like you're gonna go like only once in a while.
Yes, agreed. And live theater in general, it doesn't have to be Broadway, but of course Broadway is the top tier of theater. But support your local theater as well. I think there's budding actors here, budding writers, productions. So it means a lot more when you support the smaller productions as well. Besides watching Hamilton on Disney Plus, listen to their mixtape too. Because then there's remixes to the songs. So for example, I mentioned Ashanti and Ja Rule with Helpless, but there's also like Kelly Clarkson on there with like It's Quiet Uptown. It's more of a modernized take. Like I would assume like you can even listen to these songs on radio, but of course like the songs on Hamilton is more for the storyline. But
so is this something you can watch or listen to on YouTube, or is it like a Spotify playlist?
Spotify. You listen to it. There's no production for it, but you just listen to the playlist on Spotify.
Hey, dope.
Do
nice.
it.
All right. Speaking of collaborating musicals and like pop artists, random fact of the time in 2016. So in 2016, Mozart sold more CDs than Beyonce. And that was the time, y'all, when like Beyonce, Adele, Drake, Rihanna were doing their thing.
Damn.
Let me just tell you that. And then it's not like adding up, all of his sound, all his songs before and then right now. It's like that year in 2016 they released, I guess, like another like commemoration of his music in that time, and then bam, it just sold more than Beyonce.
Damn.
Wow. There's some classical lovers out there, classical music lovers out there.
So I just read that. So in Mozart's, that disc that sold more than Beyonce, it's because each set had 200 discs in the set. So obviously, if you count each, CD, that counts more than what Beyonce's one CD had.
I'm surprised in 2016 CD players were still a thing. Wasn't iPods?
Yeah, that was when I graduated.
Interesting. Were CDs a thing in 2016? I think so.
I mean, there's still CDs that are being sold. It's just people prefer to just listen to it on Spotify or SoundCloud or other like streaming music platforms.
Is CD collecting and vinyl collecting in the same league? Like, I feel like vinyl, if you say you collect vinyls, I'd be like, ooh, that's kind of sexy. Like, you appreciate music. But if you say you collect CDs, I'm like, the fuck are you living in? Like,
someone never got a mixtape CD in their life. Jeez.
I never got one. That's okay. It's okay. And I'm just saying, like, it's okay. I know about them. I just never got one myself.
We digress. Anyway.
It's okay.
Anyway, I hope we kind of sound more cultured, right? After this episode, we're like, oh, we watch theater. we listen to High School Music.
If y'all want to talk about High School Musical, just talk to me. I got you. We'll talk High School Musical all day.
I love High School Musical. It's
Me
great.
too.
It's great. It's my childhood.
Yeah,
Anyone who knows me knows that. Cool.
Yeah, I had dance parties to it, like In This Together, or what's it called?
Do you remember?
All In This Together.
Do you guys remember when they would teach you the dances to it? Like they would have segments on Disney Channel where they're like, "Oh, come learn with us on how to do the dance to We're All in This Together." And
yes,
we're like, and that's why everyone knows the dance because they actually taught it to you. It's great.
Oh god.
They
even have a sing along. No, TikTok can never.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for episode 2. All right, I keep saying episode 2 is episode 12, but season 2, episode 2. Thanks for checking us out today, and we out.
See you in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.